It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime. Geno Jones Showtime. Hey, I'm here live. Monday was my birthday, so we didn't do a live show. It was the best of. So I want to thank everybody. Oh, man, so many birthday shout-outs. People called me. People texted me on Instagram. Man, y'all blew up Facebook. I mean, y'all probably shut Facebook down with all the birthday wishes, and I just want to thank everybody. Nothing but love for you. So, the Geno Jones Show, I'll come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. The Geno Jones Show is brought to you by CM Transportation. CM like Mary. If your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time, cmtransportationllc.net. cmtransportationllc.net, or you can call them. They're based right here in Charleston, South Carolina, the metro, but they are nationwide. 843-606-2702. 843-606-2702. Shout out to Carissa Carter, family, part of the Geno Jones Show family. She is the CEO of CM Transportation. The company is one of the best transportation companies in America. Take my word for it or find out for yourself. So, all right, everybody. A programming note, no live show this Thursday, May 23rd. And, of course, next Monday is Memorial Day. So it'll be the best of the Geno Jones Show on Thursday, May 23rd, and, of course, next Monday on Memorial Day. But, hey, we are live in living color right here, right now. I got a special guest, a brother that does great work here in the community, having a very important event happening on this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and we'll tell you about that in a few minutes. Happy birthday, okay. Tauruses, we had our day to shine. Gemini, stand up, celebrating a birthday today, May 21st. Mr. T, repping the south side of Chicago, proud of Dunbar Vocational High School, which is now Dunbar Career Academy on the south side on South King Drive. Now let's go old school like the 80s, the A-Team. Remember the A-Team back in the day? My man B.A. Baracus, he was in the movie Rocky III. He was a bodyguard at some of the biggest nightclubs in Chicago way back in the day, and that's how he got started. Mr. T, I pity the fool, I pity the fool, I pity the fool. My man, we went to the same high school, kind of stretched out. When he was there, I wasn't thinking about high school. But anyway, Mr. T, Lawrence T. Road. Lawrence T. Road, Mr. T is 72 today. Ronald Isley. Need I say anything else? Mr. Big, the one, the only, Ronald Isley, lead singer of the Isley Brothers, one of the greatest balladeers of all times. There are probably more Isley Brother babies running around on this planet than from any other recording artist. More than Luther and Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass, you name it, Jodeci, Drew Hill, I don't care who you, Boys to Men. There are probably no more babies running around. Isley Brother babies got Isley Brother babies, as we used to call it back in the day. Ronald Isley, 83 today. Happy birthday. And for me, just for me, when you hear people talking about who are the GOAT rappers, who do I have at the head of the class? Look, I'm a big fan of a lot of folks, of course. I'm a huge fan of Jay-Z, huge fan of Pac. I'm a huge fan of folks like Common and Luda, Rakim. Let's go back in the day, Rakim. But listen, at the head of the class for me, happy heavenly birthday to one Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls, my man, repping Bed-Stuy, Do or Die, Brooklyn, New York City. Happy heavenly birthday, born on this day in 1972, the notorious B.I.G. would have been 52 today. Happy heavenly birthday to Biggie. All right, speaking of this year, so if you're planning to go to this year's Essence Festival, or if you weren't planning to go, I'm telling you, you need to go. So I told you about a week ago, Janet Jackson is coming back to the Essence Festival this year. Let's see, SWV are going to be there, and some more. I think Monica's going to be performing, but this is special. This year at the Essence Festival, the one group that is synonymous, if you go way back in the day, I think like 1995 is when they started doing the Essence Festival, and every year for damn near 20 years, probably about 20 years, there was one group and one group only that would always close and shut down Essence Festival. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Frankie Beverly and Maze. Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. They are having a final performance of Frankie Beverly and Maze. This year is going to be a tribute show at this year's Essence Festival on July 7th. You don't want to miss that. That is going to be amazing. I don't know exactly how many artists, who the artists, but you can imagine it's going to be a who's who of every and anybody, because Frankie Beverly and Maze, they have touched everybody. You cannot be black in America and have not, in the last, 50 years, and heard some Frankie Beverly and Maze at Big Mama's Backyard Barbecue or the Cookout or a graduation party or a retirement party, a reunion or a wedding reception, whatever it is, before I let go. So, man, just congratulations to Frankie Beverly and Maze, who recently got a street named after him in his hometown of Philadelphia. Big shout out to Frankie Beverly and Maze. Charlie Wilson is going to be also performing at this year's Essence Festival, so you know it's going to be crazy. TGT, Tank Genuine, and Tyrese. But this tribute, the final performance, and I can't think of a better place to see like a final performance for Frankie Beverly and Maze than at Essence Festival, because they really put the Essence Festival on the map back in the day. So I'm so excited. I got to get down there. I got to figure it out. Drew Hill is about to kick off their 25th anniversary tour on May 25th in Dallas, Texas. Cisco, Nokia, Jazz, the original members with some new brothers they got, Smoke and Black. So they're doing, it looks like, I don't have the exact number, probably close to 30 cities. Some of the cities they're going to do Detroit and Philly, St. Louis, Boston, just to mention a few, and they'll probably add some dates. Who knows? They may even find their way down to the Essence Festival doing a tribute to Frankie Beverly and Maze. All right, before I bring my guest on, I want to touch on, because what happened, the story, the video they showed Puffy, Diddy, just being a coward. I'm just got to give it to you straight. Just really being a coward and a punk and a bully, assaulting his, at that time, girlfriend, Cassie. The video was from 2016. It was in a hotel room. She's literally trying to escape. It looks like she's trying to escape for her life. She's got her bag, she's got her Louis Vuitton bag, and she's like, no shoes on, standing at the elevator, waiting for the elevator to come. Anytime you see a woman, she's trying to get away from somebody so bad that she doesn't even have time to put on her shoes. That's how afraid of this man this young woman was. You got to remember, Cassie, I think when they started dating, she was like 19. Diddy was in his 30s. And to see this video of Diddy grabbing Cassie, throwing her down on the ground, kicking her at least twice, and then dragging her, treating her worse than you would treat an animal. You wouldn't treat a stray dog or cat like that, dragging this young woman, trying to drag her back, and then throwing like one of the vases in the hotel lobby at her. Now listen, I could go on and on and on and on. For those who are fans of the show who've been watching me for 3 years, you know I am a huge advocate against domestic violence. I've told the story multiple times. Not only did I witness my mom being physically beaten, I was 4. My mother was pregnant with my baby sister, who's 5 years old. So I wasn't even 5. And this man was beating my mother. We lived on the 2nd floor in Chicago, like they call it 2 flats. In some cities, like on the East Coast, New York, or maybe Baltimore, they call them brownstones. And we lived on the 2nd floor. We had an enclosed back porch. And this man was beating my mother. And I just remember opening the door. I must have heard my mother, and I saw this man. My mother was in a corner, leaning up on a table, trying to defend herself, and this man is beating my mother. And I'm 4 years old. I came to probably his waist. And I ran at him, and I leaped at him, and I tried to knock his ass down. And I'm fighting this grown-ass man at 4 years old. So I had to admit there's definitely trauma, probably unresolved trauma in my life when it comes to my main purpose in life, outside of being a good dad and a husband, is to protect the women in my family, starting with my mother and my sisters and my nieces. So anytime I see any behavior like that, it sickens me and it makes me angry. But I'm going to say this, and I said it before in this show. Violence against women, any kind of domestic violence is unacceptable. And yes, men are victims of domestic violence also. But this instance, we're talking about a young woman, a very young woman, that was being beaten by a powerful, multi-millionaire mogul, one of the most powerful people in the entertainment industry, to abuse that power, the physical power he had over this young woman. And he races down the hallway, damn near butt-ass naked. The only thing he's got wrapped around him is a white towel. And he grabs Cassie and he throws her down on the ground, throws her hard like he's throwing an animal off or something. And then kicks her twice at least, and then drags her back toward the hotel room. Let me just say this. Violence against women, it is not a woman's problem. It is a man's problem. I'm going to say it again, whether you like it or not. Violence against women is not a woman's problem. It's not women's problem. It's a man's problem. It is our problem collectively as men. Because in our culture, in our community, in all communities, but especially and specifically in our culture, in our community, knowing everything and all the things, as Malcolm X said, the most unprotected, the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected person in America is a black woman. And to see any woman being abused by any man, but especially knowing what black people and black women who've had to deal with not just racism, but sexism and misogyny, and then to have to deal with misogyny and sexism from another black man is inexcusable. So what we have to do, because I believe before you can try to clean up somebody else's house and talk about other folks, you got to clean up the mess in your house. And we as men, my challenge to all men, and I include myself, even though I am 10 toes down, standing on business against domestic violence, against violence against any woman. The challenge is for we as men, to first of all, deal with our own trauma. Deal with whatever anger and resentment, frustration, dealing with being a black man in America. Yeah, this is a lot. Absolutely. I know, damn near six decades, over 5 decades on this planet. Trust me. And I got a whole bunch of stories, just like many other black men in this country. But what we can't do is allow whatever dealing with the racism and the white nationalism and the fear and the ignorance and the bigotry that we experience as black men. We can't take that anger and rage and frustration and disappointment and depression and take that energy and then turn it against our women. We got to make it unacceptable in any culture. But like I say, we got to you start at home first. Clean up your house, and then you can deal with everybody else's house. We have to make it unacceptable under any condition to put your hands on a woman. If you're in a situation when a woman is putting her hands on you, I'm going to give you some advice my mother gave to me. If it ever gets to that point, she said, Jeannie, just leave. Go and never turn around and go back. Putting your hands on a woman, it doesn't make you tough. It doesn't make you a man. It don't make you no pimp. It don't make you in control. You know, I check my woman. Because every woman's got a brother or dad or an uncle. And here Diddy's got twin daughters. 3 daughters overall. And to quote the famous philosopher Damaris Hill Jones, you know, karma, she's a slow bitch, but she'll eventually show up. So you got to be very careful, because that karma, that negative karma of cowardice, not being able to manage or cope or get some help with whatever anger and rage and frustration that would cause you to strike out and hit a woman, that karma, oh yeah, not only could it come back to you, it could come back to a woman in your family that you love and want to protect. So that's my challenge to all the men watching. We have to make it unacceptable under any condition. What we don't do in this culture and in our community, we don't put our hands on our women, period. If we can't agree, if we can't get along, if our personalities clash, if we are constantly sniping, if you are in a relationship where you are cursing each other out and can't get along and threatening to hit each other, if you are talking to a woman in your life worse than you would to somebody on your job that you don't even like or can't stand, then you need to reassess, why are you in that relationship? All right, I had to get that off my chest. This weekend, there's a huge event, a ceasefire, Memorial Day. It's like a big cookout, family get together, and a brother that's been doing some great work in the community. I've been honored to do some work with this brother and to meet him. He is 10 toes down, standing on business when it comes to love for the culture and the community. So I always love working with him. We both are busy, but he reached out to me and he's having this incredible event. I'm bringing my man on camera. Shout out to Brother Ronald Smith. This weekend's got the big ceasefire Memorial Day cookout. Brother Robert, thank you, man.
Thank you, Geno, man. Thank you for allowing me to come on your show and really talk about this event and about what we are going through inside these communities with domestic violence, as same of being the disrespectful of putting your hand on a black woman, and I understand your frustration, because I got frustrated of that also in all the killing that's going on with our kids in the community. So it's all part of gun violence and stuff like that, man. So I'm with you and I'm backing you 110% on domestic violence and whatever we got to do to stop this, find safe places for these females to call and go at, when they need that help. So I'm all in adding that to a program also with Positive Vibe, Roger A. Smith.
Robert, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. And I know you and I talked about it a little bit off camera earlier today.
Yes,
listen,
sir.
I know, listen, man, it is not easy being a black man in America. The media,
Yes,
let
sir.
the media tell it we are public enemy number one. We're
Yes, sir.
feared. We are, we're envied. Folks are jealous of us. We are either lazy or these sexual deviant beasts and just oversexed to just uh, there's so many all these racist narratives and stereotypes that we didn't create that we
Mm-hmm.
have to deal with the way
Yes, sir.
people see us, you know. So I understand, and I know you work with the brothers in the community along with sisters,
Yeah.
and collectively we are dealing with 405 years at least here in America of unresolved trauma. Our ancestors, everything, our ancestors. We here in
Yeah.
South Carolina. I mean, the legacy of lynching and Jim
Mm-hmm.
Crow and all of that. So I get it, and just trying to survive and thrive. To take care of our families, be it our spouses and kids, or maybe we have elderly parents or grandparents. I get it, and society has kind of brainwashed us to make us think that somehow that we as men are not supposed to have feelings and emotions, and we always supposed to be tough and hard. And what that'll get you, it'll get you wind up with heart attack, hypertension, uh,
Yes.
depression, bipolar. It'll get you self-medicating with all kind of drugs and alcohol. And there's a reason why the life expectancy of brothers in America is shorter than any other group. And
Mm-hmm.
we're the only ones that can turn that around, Robert. And we talked about
Mm-hmm.
how we've got to create a culture also. Hey, I was talking about a Showtime movie, The Shy, and there's a scene in there where there's a group of brothers. They sit around and they focus on their mental health, and it's like no judgment, and it's like, man, how are you really feeling? What's really going on with you? And feel free to speak whatever's bothering you. There's no shame. Nobody's gonna judge you. Nobody's gonna say that you're soft or punk or weak, because we all human and we all have to deal with stuff. And it isn't trying to get some mental help doesn't
Mm-hmm.
make you weak. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
make you stronger and maybe save your life
Yes.
and keep you from uh, ODing on drugs or alcohol, or taking out that anger and rage on the woman in your life, or committing suicide. So that's something that we really got to deal with. But I want you to talk about your event, man, this Sunday, the Ceasefire Memorial Day Cookout. If you don't mind, share your story, man, and what was the inspiration? What is the inspiration behind this day?
Uh, the inspiration behind this day is just that, my daughter lost her life May 20, May 23rd, 2021. And that's right around the corner. So on Thursday, we will be at City Hall with a mayor will give us a plaque, you know what I mean, to give my daughter her day. And that's a blessing to be able to have that. And with positive vibes, I have always fight not only for my daughter's name to always be alive, but for any kid that's losing their life to gun violence. And from that day, we have been boots on the ground pushing. So I went to Chicago and I went to a ceasefire event in Chicago. And while I was up there, I met a lot of good people. I had training in Chicago with my guy named T.O. Hardeman, and he gave me a lot of gun violence training. And I said, I want to bring ceasefire back to Charleston, South Carolina. I want it to be down here where families can come out and enjoy themselves, and be to a big cookout where nobody can sell everything. Nobody can sell anything on this day. This day is a free day for the community to come out, eat. It's like a truck festival. You know what I mean? Instead of the food is free, so you can go from every person that's on the grill and just pick up some food and just eat. Taste all kind of different foods and flavors of chicken, ribs, hamburgers, hot dogs. And we also gonna have some entertainment that's gonna be out there, and we also gonna have some speakers out there also with the mayor of North Charleston. He also gonna be out there, and just a lot of great people just enjoying themselves, walking around, talking, kids on jump castles playing, just a lot of fun activities going on, and just for everybody to know that this is a safe place to come out and enjoy yourself.
It's going to be this Sunday. Give us the location and the
So
times that it's going to be going
it
on.
will be this Sunday in the old Kmart parking lot, 3725 Rivers Avenue, across from McDonald's, across from the old projects. You know what I mean? And it's going to start at 2 p.m. and at 7.
I just, man, I want to just, you know, I always speak from the heart. You've seen my show. You know me. I always say what comes from the heart touches the heart. And I just want to commend you, brother, and the respect that I have, how you've turned something that is fathomable to me, and how you've turned that pain into power and to purpose, to
Yes,
make
sir.
sure that no one else has to experience that pain, man. What is that journey? What has that journey been like? And what have you done to help you heal? And I know you never fully heal because I'm sure that's a hole that can never be filled. But you learn to, like I said, you've turned that pain into purpose and power, and share some of that journey because there are people that's watching us that's probably got a similar story and just a really in an unhealthy place and unresolved anger and bitterness and resentment and hate and that stuff can, man, those emotions can kill you. Stress and anxiety and anger, it
Yes.
literally physically it can kill you. Heart attacks, strokes, hypertension. So
Yeah.
if you don't mind, shit, man, what has that journey been like for you, and who and what has really helped you get through that and take that energy, like I said, and turn the pain into purpose?
So this energy that I have, I'm a spiritual person, and going through what I have been going through for the last 3 years, with this month being my daughter's birthday. Her birthday was on the 2nd. She turned 17. You know what I mean, and she got killed the same month as her birthday. 21 days later. So my pain, I kind of turned into programs with helping other families that who was going through what I'm going through, being able to give back to the community, being able to carry her name, that's helps me a lot. Not just being out here saying I'm out here just doing stuff. No, I'm trying to really change people's lives. I'm trying to be in the community, talking to the young guys, seeing how we can get them out of some problems they're going through, gangs, trying to go against the gangs and saving our kids, but it's taking more. And, I got to give the shout out to my men's group, you know what I mean? Because they're part of with the movement. They helps me stay moving, and I got to give a shout out to Positive Vibe board members. They're the one that moving the ball, helping, so I got to thank everyone, the mayor of now Charleston. This guy was the one that talked to me on the night of my daughter getting killed, and he told me, Ronald, let me handle it, please. Give me 7 days. And all I can remember is 7 days, 7 days. But at the end of the day, I'm a father that lost a loved one. All I'm thinking about is move on it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying, but you ain't lost your daughter. So it all played a part in what I had to do, change my life around. And he did play the part. I got to give him that shout out. Reggie Burgess, he did play the part. My good friends played a part with talking to me, getting me through it. And ever since then, I never healed. I still have not healed. So I can't tell you that I'm healing. My baby mother, Katrina, she's facing a lot of trauma in her life right now because she lost her cousin to domestic violence 2 days after.
Oh man.
So she lost my daughter, then her cousin right after it. So she deals with it different. She deals with it harder. And all I do is carry the ball and I move the ball and carry our daughter's name the way that it should be. And she needs to be remembered for the rest of the life as I'm here and as her nieces and nephew come up, they keep carrying the ball the same way.
I believe that when our family members become ancestors, they say you keep their spirit, even though physically they may not be here in the flesh, but their spirit is with you and with us and among us, and we keep that alive by always saying their name. So shout your
Yes.
baby out, man.
Yeah, Roger Nate. Pretty girl Roger Nate Smith, man. And I love shouting that name. This her behind me right now,
Yes.
sitting on my wall. You know, I gotta always show pretty girl Roger Nate Smith. And it really touched me every day because, you know, she had a bright future ahead of her. And she lost her life to gun violence. And I don't want to see another mother or father cry the way it hurt the way we're hurt.
You know, man, I'm a girl dad times two. I know you know that we talked about that.
Yeah.
And I think about stories like yours and a good friend of mine and ours, Kendra Stevens, who's going to be my
Yes,
guest
yes,
tomorrow,
yes.
who lost her daughter,
Hmm.
who was a high school senior to senseless violence, gun violence. And it's really weird, and this is a true story. So about a week ago on May 11th, my baby girl graduated from college, Columbia College, Chicago.
Congrats.
And that weekend, she's a fashion designer, so she had two big fashion shows the Friday before. But that whole weekend, there were some times, and I reflected back, and I thought about how blessed I was. And this is a true story. And you had people like you, stories like yours and Kendra's. You all had no idea. Here I am in Chicago, but I started to think about people who I knew, like you and Kendra, who have, lost your daughters. And here I am. I was
Yeah.
blessed to have, see my baby girl graduate and my oldest daughter, my firstborn, there. And it made me just thank God and appreciate that He's had favor on me. But at the same time, want to do even more and anything I can to help people like you and Kendra,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
not just amplify the message, but make sure that if we could, that no other parent, no dad, no mom, no grandparent, no uncle, aunt, no sibling, nobody has to go through this because it don't have
Yes.
to be that way. And the only people that can change it is us. So
It's us.
I salute you, Ron. This is real talk, and we didn't even
Yes.
talk about this off camera. Man, your spirit, you've got a calm spirit, and you always have a smile on your face. And I got to be honest, bro. God is my witness. My mother's watching this show right now, and she knows me. I don't know, and God forbid, I couldn't even imagine being in your shoes, but I'm sure you couldn't. But I don't know if I could come out on the other side. But like you said, it's a healing. You'll never heal. You'll never be healed.
Yeah.
But it's just a healing. And
Hmm.
man, I had to be honest. It would truly, God may have to intervene in the flesh because the way you've handled it, man, I have the utmost admiration and respect. I just wanted to give you your props on camera for that, man.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Thank you too, man.
I'm sure there's some vendors or businesses you want to shout out that supported
Yes.
you. So feel free to shout
Yes.
everybody out. And once again, let
Yes,
everybody know
man.
where they can come out. Like you said, everything is free. It's about family and love, and it's about fellowship. And hey,
Yes.
listen, brothers out there, sisters out there, if you're going through a hard time, I mean, there are folks that's gonna be out there like Ronald and
Yes.
myself. Listen, we're not trained therapists, but we can lend an ear and we can point you to somebody that's professional
Yes.
that can
Resources.
get you some help and help you to heal. You may not be able to heal completely, but they can start your healing process. Because
Yes.
Ron, you are testimony that you can healing is it's not like a destination. It's a journey. It's just every day. I'm sure some days are better than others, and you can probably explain it better than anybody. But shout out some of the businesses and vendors that's supporting you on this Sunday.
Yeah, so I got to shout out the Rhinos, man, because the Rhinos been with us from day one. The Rhinos going to be in the parking lot, also representing the gun violence like they always do. I got to shout out the Mustang Club. They're going to be in the parking lot also repping. I got to shout out the Dodge Charger Club. They're going to be out there representing. I got to shout out the nonprofits, all of them that's coming out there to pass resources, the resources to help you. I got to shout out also the real estate agents who are going to be out there too, where you can possibly get approved for a house. So they're going to be out there also. Do that. I got to shout out the jobs, man. I'm gonna have a lot of jobs out there because we deal with job fair. You can't take care, mentor the kids if you can't help the family. So you got to do a wraparound service with all the family, and that's what we do at Positive Vibe Roger A. Smith. And I got to shout out the community. I'm from Georgia Green. My Georgia Green community is coming out there. I reach out to the Height community to come out there with a grow. Dorchester community gonna come out there. I also reach out to the Making crew that's coming out there. We also have some artists. For the last 3 weeks, I have been making a gun violence, stop the gun violence sound. Tonight we finished the sound, so we'll be able to put that out there. And when I tell y'all it's a hit, it's a hit for our community. It's a nice sound that I know they're gonna be remixing it. But I gotta shout out now Charleston Police Department also for doing what they can do to help. Also the fire department, also the sheriff office, and everybody else. We are still looking for more donations from water. So you don't have to just bring lots of water out there, donate it. If you want to set up a grill, you can come set up a grill and people can just walk around and communicate, looking for people who want to donate jump castles, because this event is free. I'm not charging nobody. I don't want nobody to come out there and try to sell anything. You will get time to do that at our next 3 events that we're having in June for Gun Violence Month. But come out there, show out, have a good time, and just know that this is a safe, free zone for your kids. It will be no violence. We will have North Charleston Police Department out there. We will have security people walking around also. So just to protect and make sure everything's going the way it should go. But we'll be out there for 5 hours.
So give us the times and give everybody the location once again and where they can follow you on social media,
yes,
or where they can donate to your nonprofit.
Yes, so you can follow us on social media under Ronald Stunner Smith. You also can follow Positive Vibe Roger Nate Smith. You can follow Ronald Smith page. Also, you can donate at our links on Instagram, or you can go on you can go also on Facebook and find us Positive Vibe Roger Nate Smith. We have the links set up right there with the Cash Apps, the Venmos, and all that stuff. But if you want to be involved, because we also looking for volunteers with people who want to be involved with this gun violence, stopping gun violence. That address for the ceasefire Memorial Day cookout is 3725 Rivers Avenue, North Charleston, South Carolina, 29405. If you need any more information, you can call me on 843-530-0611. That's Positive Vibe phone, and that is my daughter's phone number when she was alive. So peace that I will keep this number for the rest of my life until I end.
I love it, man. So it's Sunday. So give us the hours again.
The hours is going to be from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. We will be in the parking lot of the old Kmart.
So that I give everybody a chance to go to church and get your praise and worship on.
Yes.
Take off your Sunday best and come on out. It's something casual and just continue the fellowship and the networking. Brother Ronald Smith, man, love and respect to you. Keep that spirit, man. Let God keep using you as a vessel to be a blessing and an inspiration. Keep that smile going, because seeing you smile, I've never seen you not smile. So that just kind of keeps me humble and grateful to, with everything that you've gone through. If you can keep a smile on your face, then I ain't got a damn thing to complain about. So.
Yes, sir, Geno.
So I appreciate you, man. Love and respect. I can't wait to see you Sunday, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, too.
My man. All right. He's a good brother, y'all. Support his organization. Let me just click this button real quick. There we go. Thanks. Ronald Smith, Positive Vibes, Ron Janae Smith. It's an incredible story. And it's amazing how, like I said, this is no hype. Every time we interact, the brother's always got that smile, got that $1 million smile, and his spirit is just a giving, inviting spirit. So you can learn a lot about that, because no matter how tough we have it in life, no matter what we're going through, something my grandmother taught me as a little boy, my mother will still tell me, she's like, Jeannie, there's always somebody that's got it worse off than you. And that is, unfortunately, so true. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Programming note, no live show on Thursday, May 23rd, the best of. Live show on Wednesday, live show on Friday. Next Monday, the best of the Geno Jones Show, because next Monday is Memorial Day. All right. The Geno Jones Show is brought to you by CM Transportation, www.cm, like Mary, cmtransportationllc.net. If your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time, or you got a transportation company and they ain't never on time, on CP time, and you can't depend on them, you can't rely on them, you don't need that. Contact cmtransportationllc.net, or you can call them. They're based here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Shout out to the CEO of CM Transportation, Ms. Carissa Carter. You can call 843-606-2702, 843-606-2702. Ask for Carissa Carter. She's available. She'll answer the phone. If not, just tell them, hey, I was watching the Geno Jones Show, and my company, I'm about to start a company, launch a new company, or my existing business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time. A shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist of the Geno Jones Show, CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Check him out on Instagram, on IG, Kel Be Cutting Up. KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones is the drip director, as I like to call her. Bam. The official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check her out and her collections. The Lexi Nicole Designs, LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscores that little dash at the end of the second L. LX.NCL underscore, or Lexi.Nicole. You can check her out on Instagram. And shout out to Mr. Bruce Gage, Miglio di Mario Uomo. You can check him out. As a matter of fact, this shirt is from the Mario Uomo collection. I've had it for a while. And shout out to Bruce Gage. Thank you, Miglio di Mario Uomo, for helping my baby sister with this incredible, birthday gift I got. So check him out and check out everything under the Mario Uomo collection. Miglio is an Italian name. Miglio di Mario Uomo, MIGLIODIMARIOUOMO. MIGLIODIMARIOUOMO. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Subscribe. Tell everybody. Subscribe and share and screen grab, like, binge watch all my back episodes. My goal is to get 100,000 new subscribers by the end of the summer. So continue to spread the word. I'm officially a YouTube partner, but the more subscribers I get and the more you watch, the longer you watch, then the more money I'll start getting from YouTube for being a YouTube partner. So thank you for supporting Black-owned media, and thank you for supporting Geno Media, my media company that brings you the Geno Jones Show. All right, I love you, each and every one of you. I really do. Once again, I want to thank our brother Ronald Smith with Positive Vibes. Ron Janae Smith, incredible, powerful story about his late daughter. He turned just the unimaginable, unfathomable pain of losing a daughter. And he turned that pain into purpose and power to save the lives of other daughters and sons. So he's got the big event this Sunday, the big Ceasefire Memorial Day cookout. So I'm honored to be a part of that. So We'll see if you're here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. We'll see you this weekend. But I'll see you live on camera on Wednesday. Working Divas Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. In LA. So if you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch this show right now. And go back and binge watch it. Like I said, binge watch all those back episodes. Thanks for watching, everybody. I love you. Everybody else in my chat room, we'll see you live Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.